Hi kids! This week in CP Kids we're learning about the Sermon on the Mount. So I want to prep you with the questions that we're going to be talking about. First off, the highlight is, how is the kingdom of God different than the world? Then the explain question, what blessings and good come to those who follow Jesus? And then the apply question, I'm going to hold the response for later. The apply question, how can you be a light in your family and neighborhood? These are interesting questions. You can find them in your booklet. And I wonder, how does the Sermon on the Mount teach us that? Well, the Sermon on the Mount was this amazing time. Jesus had been in the wilderness, he had come forth, and he comes up to the mountaintop and kind of mirrors what happens in Exodus. He climbs up on the mountaintop and he starts telling people what it looks like to live in the kingdom of God, what it looks like to be a part of the kingdom of God. And one of the beautiful things he starts with is he talks about the ways that we're blessed. Let's hear some of those ways. First off, blessed are the poor in spirit, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the humble, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called sons of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. These are interesting statements. Blessed means happy and full, and that you have God with you. And the people and the descriptions of the people don't really match up with what we call blessed. Well, that's because Jesus is starting by showing us that when it comes to his kingdom, it's kind of a upside down kingdom. It's not what we would think. Like, if you would ask anybody, who is the happiest person you know? The person that they're usually going to try and think of is someone that might have a lot of material wealth, might be rich, might have good things, that would be the happy person. But what Jesus is telling us is the people who are most happy are the ones that are on this list. They are the ones that are blessed of God, and they have a mindset that is looking to God and his kingdom. After that, he goes on to not just talk about how they're blessed, but how we are meant to live as part of that kingdom. So he tells a few stories. He starts by telling them about how, believers are the light of the world. So as part of the kingdom of God, you are a light to the world with the good news of the gospel. And you have to let other people see that light. You need to shine that light. Which some people are like, no, I just want to I want to keep to myself. And specifically, I want to be kind of private with my faith. Jesus says, no, the light that you have in you because of Christ, you have to share with the world. You have to share that with others, and you can't just bottle that up. It has to be on display. He goes on to also teach them about God's law, that he did not come to get rid of it, but that he came to obey it perfectly. So many people have been coming around and had been showing the Jewish people how they should live and how they should follow the law, and Jesus is showing them that he was the fulfillment of the law. Every burden that they had ever carried, he was going to carry for them. And that just fulfilling the law and following it and obeying it didn't mean that you were going to get into heaven. No, these people needed Jesus to obey it for them. And that a person couldn't just do some good stuff and get in. They had to be righteous on the inside too. And that change only came with Jesus. He also taught some other important things. He taught about loving enemies and praying for them. He talked about forgiving others, forgiving those who sin against us, and how we can love them and show our faith. He taught a lot of really important things. And rather than just reading them all to you, I think you guys should read them yourself. So if you look in your guide, it says you can read Matthew 5 through 7 together. So why don't you spend some time reading Matthew chapter 5, 6, and 7. It teaches us so many great things about who Jesus is and what he has done. And then as you look at it, think about how different the world is when we have Jesus inside us versus how people might make decisions without Jesus in them. So that way, when people see how we live, they can love Jesus too. That's our biggest thing. Now, final thing I want to tell you about before I let you go today is you have your highlight, explain, apply, and you have the respond question. The respond question is when we put our faith into action. And so what I want you to do is to figure out how to do this. How will you let your light shine so other people can see that you love Jesus? Well, here's a great way. Our question this week says, use the included postcard and send a note to encourage someone. So in these baggies, I didn't leave the postcard in this bag. It's in my car. You can grab out your postcard and it's already got a stamp on it. So you can put in someone's name. You can ask your parents for help picking out a friend, picking out a family member, picking out somebody from church, picking out somebody that you know is sad, that's a neighbor, and send them a nice postcard telling them that anything nice. You can tell them a joke. You can do so many fun things with this. But so I think that it would be wonderful for you to work on this, to be able to take the good news that Jesus taught on the Mount and how he taught us that we live in this upside down kingdom and share that good news with others through the light that we shine before men. All right, well, I hope you have a great discussion with your family. I hope that you've enjoyed this time in the Sermon on the Mount, and enjoy your activity sheets on this week. Have a great day, and God bless.